Hey guys, alright, so today I'm going to do the valve cover gasket on this car. And if you ever thought about doing it and you think it's hard, it is so simple. I think a 12-year-old could do it. I'm not even kidding. I thought I would have to take out screws that I can't get at and take apart a bunch of stuff here, but I didn't. I'm going to show you the things that I did to make this so simple. You won't even think twice about doing it. So as you can see, I don't have all these cables running across my engine, and that's because I disconnected the one ground, right? It's one bolt. Then I disconnected the sensor from here. Okay, so I unplugged that sensor, and then I disconnected the sensor. That's the sensor for this pipe here, this heater hose, and then I disconnected the camshaft sensor that I didn't even know about, which is down here on the side of the engine, and there's also one that goes here on top of the valve cover. So I disconnected those, and there was one wire that stopped me from taking up this whole harness, and that is this one here with the insulation on it. Alright, this one. And it has this blue wire in it, and it's going to the alternator, the back of the alternator. So if you could take it off on the back of the alternator, I think it's a clip. You could just bring the whole wire up and you'll be good to go. You flip everything over like this. Okay, so don't think when you flip it back you'll be confused about what wire goes where, because you won't. Okay, you don't have to worry about that. They only reach one place and they only fit in one place. All right. So I want to tell you about this the camshaft sensor plug here wouldn't fit when the valve cover was on. It wouldn't fit through here and the valve cover. So I took out the one screw from here and I just pushed this a little bit, and I slid the connector back here as much as I can, and I took it out. Don't force that pipe. Okay, this pipe is new. That's the only reason why I did it. If yours is old, it will break inside the engine right here. You'll have to pick it out and you'll have to get a new one. So you may not want to do that. You could take out that screw and then you could loosen the screw that's here. But don't forget, the antifreeze will come out. Okay, I think. Alright, keep that in mind. You could try loosening it just a very little, but only do it if your pipe is new. If your pipe is old, it's probably going to break, because these things are really brittle. Okay, so keep that in mind. If I didn't get that out, I would have a harness over here. And this is so much easier like this without the harness. If you ever saw someone doing this valve cover, they struggle. And what happens is sometimes they rip the gasket. They put a slot, a slit, whatever you want to call it, a cut in the gasket. Okay, mostly if you put it into the front, you might get a slit, cut in the the back part of it, and it leaked on them. If you see the video, they say they shouldn't have did it like that. They should have taken their time and had help or something. But they're sticking it through, and the gasket goes on the valve body, the black part that goes on top of it. It goes on there first. So must have got cut on the chain. It could have got cut on something over here, maybe even a bolt. These bolts are kind of sharp. They got those star things on them. So don't do that. Don't force it through there. It can also come off a little bit and then fold. So when you put it on, now you got a fold underneath it. This way is much easier. You put it straight down, you put the screws back in, you plug the harnesses in, air hoses, and you're good to go. So Yeah, that's it. I cut this wire. It's a regular wire. It's not fiber optic or anything. You can cut this. This is for the heat. It may be metal, so don't put any metal wire, metal tape on here. Okay, use you know, the I think it's the heat shrink tube. You know, use that. All right, put that on there. Twist it together real good. You don't have to solder it, as long as nobody's gonna pull it. If you twist it together and then you fold it over to one side, and then once that heat shrink, or yeah, the heat shrink shrinks, it usually don't open up and twist out again, or you know. So you should be good like that. If you want to solder it, solder it. If you want to put a crimper on here, okay. So this is the wire here. Okay, this is the insulation. So you could put a crimper on here, you know, and crimp it, and then you crimp the other side of the wire. So I cut mine 3 inches. Okay, you don't want to cut any more down than that, because the heat is down there. Okay, so that's probably why they put that on there. But you, like I said, you could try to unplug it first. So I want to show you my timing chain, and then I'm going to end this video, because this really isn't about a timing chain. But I got a lot of shaking in the engine, like a tremor kind of shake, and I think this is why. So when you have this valve cover off, you may want to inspect your timing chain and gears. You see, these look kind of pointy to me. Alright, so they can only get pointy up to a certain amount, because the camshaft adjusters, you know, these things, they can only adjust it so much. You know, so when the chain gets stretched, it tries its best to adjust them. But look at this, look at these gears. I mean, you tell me if you think they're pointy or not. Here's a number in case you need it. I don't know if that's the number for these gears or what. The timing chain, yeah, it's got some play in it. It was tight before, but I really forced it up. So I must have pushed, probably pushed in the timing chain tensioner, which I think runs by oil pressure. But don't hold me to it. It could have been another car that I was looking at a long time ago. But I mean, I don't really see it go back and forth on the gear. It still seems like it's sitting in the gear. But those do look very pointy. So maybe that's the cause of my vibration in here. That's something I don't want to do, because that, you know, that might be a hard job. I've seen people do it. They make it look easy, but who knows. Alright, so I think that's about it. Alright, so if you get all these wires out of the way, this will be so simple. Alright, you can do it. One person, just don't drop any screws. I think that's about it. I mean, there's nothing else really to show you here. Alright, talk to you later.